Ryan Little.
Hey everybody, this is OG. We're building greatness. Back for another episode. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things going on in the neighborhood. We're going to talk about, again, using our resources properly and all the resources that we have in this area, the resources that we have everywhere that we can tap into and take control over our lives. It's very important that we take control over our lives, meaning we start to gradually take control of the resources and things that we can, so that we can be in command of our life and our destiny and where we choose to go in life, okay? There's no such thing as a dead end, and there's no such thing as you have to ask somebody where you have to be in life and what you have to do. And, there's no such thing as failure. That's of course, the famous thing is failure is not an option, and it's not, because we are in control of all the things we need to survive, sustain ourselves on this planet, and to advance our lives as human beings. But it's up to us, and it's up to us to grab these great resources that we have available, the great people we have available, and use everybody for what they're worth. And that's what I ask people with me, is that I ask people to use me for what I'm worth. Again, I don't necessarily, you don't have to like me, you don't have to be my friend, but if I'm usable for a cause and we can exchange or barter and trade energy for each one of us to get ahead and advance ourselves, I'm with you on it. It's a great partnership to have humans as people as resources, because there's always something different that somebody brings to the table, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. But I want to give a couple of shout-outs today. I just want to give a shout-out to a couple of people out there. I want to thank Lisa Tillman out in Atlanta, and Anthea Beckles out in California, and Cornelia Wright out in Jersey. Deborah Coffer, hey, how you doing? Jermaine Carson, I see everybody's on board. Thank you for tuning in, and glad to see everybody. Hey, Valine, I know you're out there. Get well, stay strong. My co-host, send up your prayers out to her. Like I said, just want to give a shout out to a couple of people. The TP Square Show, want to thank Terry again for putting a fabulous team here together at Genesis Radio, and Kevin and Russ and Dangerous. Just the whole crew. We got Dutchy Bang right here making it happen. Not only does he have his own show on Fridays from 5 to 9, right?
5 to 7.
5 to 7. So check that out when you get a chance. Cal, I hope you're doing all right. Just giving a shout because I've kind of been on the go. I had a lot of things going on, so I haven't been, quite as active in the studio. I have some things behind the scenes working on, and that takes a lot of energy and time. So, like I said, today I want to go over a couple of things. I want everybody in the Monroe County area of the Poconos, do we have a multicultural parade coming up? Strut Your Culture. This is put together by Kwanzaa Mama, Cleo, Tracy, and a couple other people. Those are the only people I know. Those are the only people who have presented this to me. So that's who I'm saying is in charge. I'm not quite sure. But I just want to say, we'll be there. Youth Voice Collective. We'll be there covering it. Youth Voice Collective is a news organization, a youth organization where we cover events like this, and we also have a talk radio show on Saturdays between 11 and 12 p.m. So always tune in on Saturdays and listen to the young people do their thing. So we're going to be covering this. Me and Israel and I will be covering this, hopefully, on Saturday. So everybody check it out. June 24th. It's going to start at the East Stroudsburg High School South, and then it's going to go to East Stroudsburg University lawn, ESU lawn. Okay? So everybody, if you're in the Monroe County area, check that out. Don't hesitate to support these great things, because we're changing the face of East Stroudsburg. You know, I know this is a global radio station, and we talk about global things, but I always like to start locally, because if it's almost like, you know, you got to start with yourself before you start somewhere else. So if you could save somebody else, you got to first save yourself. So I always start in the community I live at, and I discuss the things that are going on there and the things that are important to give that an opportunity and chance to shine. And then I go on to global issues or international issues, things that we could do as an international or a global family of progressive people who are trying to be in control of our destiny, navigate through the treacherous terrain, and deal with the things, the different, you know, issues we have. So we also have from Deborah Coffer, Women's Expo on July 22nd, sponsored by the political leader rep, Maureen Madden. I met her also the other day when I was doing an event with Youth Infusion. Miss Matthias from the East Stroudsburg South High School. Thanks to Israel McDonald, the McDonald family. Of course, through their connection, I have connected to the high school. And I'll be doing a lot of things with them, with Youth Infusion. And there's also a good movie to check out. It's called Beyond Measure. It's a nice documentary. Hopefully we can get that out. And I want to, you know, watch it again and talk about it. It's about advancing the educational system. And start to listen to the heartbeat of what the kids want, what they want to do, how they want to do it, and the best way to learn, because there should not be a standard for learning, because there are different types of learning abilities for different types of people. And when we have these standardized tests that put everybody in one little box, and anybody who can't squeeze in that box gets booted from success in this society, is a sad shame. And we're losing a lot of our geniuses, a lot of our innovators, our pioneers, because they have a different mindset. And their mindset for learning is to maybe touch something, or maybe they have to study something, but it's not going to always come from a book. Sometimes you have to tinker with things to get to know it, and that's what we're losing because of these standardized tests. So basically, that movie, Beyond Measure, is explaining how we need to revolutionize and evolutionize our school system to make it more advanced and capable for the upcoming future of generations that are coming ahead of us. So we want that to be important, because we can't just keep failing kids or label them ADHD without checking out the school system and understanding that sometimes we're doing things and it's okay to evolve and redesign the way we teach our youth, because it is an investment into our future, one of the biggest investments on the planet. Because we could invest in gold, stock market, all that stuff is nice. But if you don't invest into the kids, the people who inherit this, there ain't gonna be nobody there. So you can invest in all the stocks you want, you can invest in all the gold you want, and you're not gonna get anywhere, because you got to invest into the people who are going to be inheriting that. And we have to take the people who are accountable for not doing things and make them accountable, so we're not wasting our money and our time in certain things, so we can advance our whole civilization as a whole. So again, went off a little bit, but like I said, check out Deborah Coffer. You can post that on my page, and I'll let more people know. You don't have a group that you can post that in. OGA Resource and Information. You can post that, Deborah, so that people can see it. Okay. I also want to talk about the Juneteenth, Ann's 10th annual Juneteenth Freedom Festival, East Stroudsburg University Circle. Yep, fun, games, entertainment, vendors, face painting, food, drinks, admission. It's going to be at the East Stroudsburg University Circle, Prospect Street. Check it out. I will be there. We'll also be covering that. Very important to cover these events because, again, East Stroudsburg is a very diverse area, and we want that to be reflected in the activities. We want that to be reflected in the job market. We want that to be reflected in the power play that's going on here. So this is one of the starts of that. It's just being able to have festivals that reflect everybody's culture, because I know they have a lot of different events up here. They have the at the Shawnee, they have the Celtic Festival, then they have the rodeo, they have all these things, but we have to understand that this world is made up of not just one type of person, that this world is made up of several types of people, races, ethnic groups, people who bring different things to the table. And it is important that we have these festivals so that people could commune and get to understand the world, especially people who don't get to travel much and see the rest of the world. But you get a chance to meet other people and see that, we have a lot of commonalities and a lot of basic things. So this is the start of something great. Again, I want to thank the East Stroudsburg Senior High School. They sent this because I was part of the career fair doing Youth Voice Collective, and the career fair I was able to get out information about what it takes to be a radio personality or a talk show host. You also want to get in different areas of what you would call media. So not only social media, but you want to be a host, you want to do production, you want to do these different things, commentators, correspondents, and reporters. So these are things I'm going to be covering in the future, and I want people to understand that there is a slot for that. There's a big area for young people to flood the market of the media. And the reason why I choose the media, social media, media in general, is because it has the most powerful influence on the planet. There's nothing more influential on this planet than having a media platform like Genesis Radio or like a Facebook Live or like something in that area where you can bring an idea to the table, share it, and have people add on to the components to make it better. Or just connect with other people who are on the same level or doing the same thing. That's very important for for our world to advance, and that's what Building Greatness is about. If people are not clear what my show is about the evolution of our civilization, starting with our community, starting with our bodies, starting with our minds, and starting with the type of relationships we build with people. That is what Building Greatness is about. It is not just I'm going to blab off and tell you a whole bunch of stuff to hopefully inspire you to do something great. No, you got to find, you got to find your own greatness within yourself. And then you got to find a direction. That's why I always put what's important is your navigation. What is the direction you're going in? Where you set your sails? What is your course charted to? Because this tells you what type of person you are. This tells you what type of stone you're cut from. And this tells you what type of future that you're going to have an impact on and influence. So I always focus on that because it's important. So at Building Greatness, that's what we do here. I inform people of these things, and I'm just one of many of these building blocks that are going to build the greatness that we're going to see. Because either we could go up or we could go down. The choice is up to us. I'm not going down. So I'm going up, I'm advancing, I'm evolving as a human being in different ways. And there are other people out here with like minds and like energy. And those are the people who I want to connect with. And that's who this show is for. If you're not interested in advancing, if you're not interested in evolving or challenging yourself and being uncomfortable or doing something new or checking out something new, then this is not the show for you. You know what I mean? You can tune your channel and you go and watch something that makes you laugh, that makes you, zombie out or whatever, but right here you're getting the raw deal. You're getting 100% purity here and the raw stuff, So, you can chop it up how you want to, but this is what I'm bringing to the table. And again, I don't have all the answers, nor am I pretending that I have all the answers here. But what I am saying is that if we work together as a village, as a community, and as a civilization, we could actually advance our future in ways we never even dream of. And we can set the course for the younger generation that they'll never, ever have to worry about their future, about the environment they're going to live in, the economic situation. We want to provide them with answers and solutions, not dreams and hopes and catering and shuffling for anybody, because we don't have to do that. There are a lot of things happening in this world, and some people tend to focus on that. I don't. We do have a lot of political things going on, It's irrelevant. I take all political parties to come on board and check out what I'm doing, because we all have the same values. You know, it doesn't matter if you're breathing oxygen, then and you got blood running through your veins, you know, or whatever. You know, this is the right show for you. And Genesis Radio makes that possible for me to have it and reach this many people right now. And I want to thank people for tuning in. You know, Keith, Debbie, Petra Smith, you know, from the Smiths. You got to check out the Smiths too. They have a great show that comes on. It's later on, right? Tonight at 9 o'clock, we have to, you know, meet the Smiths. They also are helping evolving our human behavior so that we can build better relationships with our, you know, spouses, or whoever. Because once you know how to build a relationship with yourself, you can build a relationship with anybody. And that is the basis to building greatness, is starting with you, starting with your mindset, and where you're going. What is it that's important to you? You know, some people, a pair of Jordans is important to them. Some people, getting home Sunday for the football game is important to them. Some people, having a barbecue and having a dance is important to them. But me, what's important to me is that is leaving my legacy. You know, leaving a set of footprints that help somebody else get to the greatest parts of their life and change this planet, because that's what we're designed to do. You know, no matter what religion you're part of, you know, we all say that we're made in the image of the Creator. And I hope you don't think that's just physically. In our behavior, in our actions, we should be creators. We should be trendsetters, movers and makers. And that's what some of us are. I can't speak for people who don't want that. I believe everybody has the capabilities, but not everybody claims that. So, you know, that's up to you to do that. Okay? Hey, Tiffany Coffer, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Sarah, thanks for tuning in. Who else we got here? We got a couple of people tuned in right now. Lawrence Fauntleroy, how you doing? I hope all is well. Daryl Samuels, I want to thank y'all all for tuning in. Jermaine Carson, Raymond, Lorenzo, anybody who's tuning in, thank you for tuning in. So, anyway, back to the information. So, again, don't forget about these young people here. You see that? That's Naima, Israel, and Nyla. Youth Voice Collective, Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Support the pioneers. They are doing something unheard of. They have the platform, but they just need your feedback. They need people to be involved, you know. And, again, this is another opportunity for us to do something great. And it is up to us. The choice is always ours to support our future. Now, we can sit here and say, nah, and all the differences, but animals, creatures, insects, seeds that pollinate, all of these things are setting up their future. They're looking out for their young people or their young things or their young cubs or their little larvae or whatever it is. You know, everything looks out for the future of its of what it is. And for us not to take part in the growing of this is a sin, you know, because, again, they're going to inherit this, and they have a platform to speak to the young people who are going to inherit this planet. When you're not here, when some of these old people are dust sitting in the ground in a pine box, you know, these young people still be alive and have to teach the next generation. And to have that support around them, again, it's not always financial. Everybody thinks somebody's like asking somebody for just money. It's not money that's going to save us, okay? It's our activities of collective power that's going to save us. Because you can make all the money in the world. If you can't circulate that money within, it's irrelevant. You know, it's the same way if you put blood in your body and you have a hole on the other side where it's coming out. It's not your body's not going to survive. It's called dialysis, and that's what happens. And right now, certain communities, certain people, we're in a state of dialysis, and we need to get back to the real core issues of what makes things important, and to help advance some of these young people to see a future in this world of where we're not sure what's going to happen, along with some of the people who we see who are running the planet right now, who are in positions of power. We're not sure we're going to have a planet. We're not sure we're going to have a balanced civilization. But it is up to us to take control. We can't blame anybody. We got to start with ourselves and be prepared to take control of our destiny, which is easy. Supporting some of these events. You know what I'm saying? Do things in your community. I met these guys here at the Rotary Club. These are a group of veterans. If you have any issues with PTSD, if you don't have nobody else to go to, if there's some resources that you're not sure how to get to, and you are a veteran or formerly retired, or recently retired from the military, any branches of the military, get in touch with this. It'll be on my front page. These guys will help you find the help you need or find the road you need to be on to get the help you need. It's called Valor, Veterans Unstoppable, program of the Valor Clinic Foundation. That's www.valorcclinic.org. Okay? You need any help? It's out there. All right? And there'll be other things that I'll be presenting with them. I also, like I said, we'll have them on the front page as well. So be prepared for that. I want to put emphasis on another supporter of mine, which is Tina Brown. Recently got 3 books from her. And, of course, she's laughing at me because I was supposed to send these books out to 2 other people that are probably watching this program or will watch this program. And your books are coming. But check out Tina Brown, Life of My Own. Tethered Angel. This one is for Lady Sensi. Lady Sensi Chisholm Jerry, you have a book waiting, but I don't have no place to send it to, so you got to call me with an address or a P.O. box so I can send that to you, because that book is definitely one of your gifts for being a sponsor and being helpful and being supportive, is having one of these books to read. And I'm sure you'll connect with Tina Brown because she's a great sister like yourself. Odette Russell, Swam Academy, this book is for you. I was supposed to send this out. I'll be sending this out this weekend. Struggles of the Women Folk by Tina Brown. So she's a great person. She's a great advisor. And, I want everybody to check out her website, which I post periodically on my front page or in some of my groups, okay? A very good supporter. She supports these young people in so many ways it's hard to explain. And so does Odette, Lady Sensi, and a couple of other people out there that are doing the support, passing on the word, sharing their videos, giving them feedback so they know how to, adjust their direction and adjust their sales going forward. So, again, that's what we need. That's what we want, and that's what I'm looking for. So, as far as that's concerned, we went over some of the things that are going on locally. Now we could get into the global world, okay? Again, if you're not somebody who's an entrepreneur, because I believe in entrepreneurship, I believe in independent businesses and family-owned businesses. Those are the things I like to support. But when we go into this global world, there are all kinds of areas of power that we can place ourselves to be in control of our future. And we don't want to be afraid of it, and we don't want to shun ourselves from it. We don't want to just become, avid complainers, So we want to also be doers and makers, and we have to put ourselves in positions. We do have a political system where it works for now. It gives you some kind of power to do some things, and I want the young people, not to fear that, not to become complainers and protesters, but become active in the change that they're looking for. Get in some of those areas of government that you feel where things are not going right, in the legislative branch, in the House, and all these different places where we have a lot of politicians, and it is unbalanced, ethnically and racially, it is imbalanced. But we have to get into those areas. We have to fill up those seats, and not everybody's meant to be an entrepreneur or be out there on the road. So we have people who are made and designed for those areas of political areas They have the personality. They have the network of people that they can touch, and a grassroots level of organization that they could go out and run for one of these seats. Senate, House, whatever you want to do, run for that. Don't complain about it, because complaining ain't going to do nothing for us at all. Okay? You could sit there complaining. You might as well be an infant in a baby carriage, looking for milk, because like you that's not control. You know what I mean? So get in those areas. Technology, the advancement, we have to change the course of technology and where it's going, because right now technology is going to the direction where it's going to cancel out humans. We're not going to have a part in thinking, processing, or anything, and we need some bright minds to get to the area of technology and kind of adjust that sail too, to where there's more human involvement in the processing of information and the direction of where technology is going. We don't want technology to run away from us, because unfortunately the people at the helm of technology are just doing that. They're creating technology that's outthinking, outsmarting, outdoing everything we do, and we're losing our basic human things like thinking and processing and critical thinking and problem solving. Those are the type of things that we want to contain within our young minds, within ourselves, so that we could think our way out of circumstances and situations. Okay, we don't want to always rely on technology to problem solve when we have the capacity to do it ourselves in our own brain just as good and more accurately. So human intelligence, human power, human influence is a great thing to invest into. Everything else is null and void, because if we don't invest in ourselves, we don't have a future. There'll be processors here, and there'll be technology, robots, but there'll be no humans. So, we got to learn how to start, curbing technology so it doesn't run away from us, but it stays in tune to our needs and our wants and the things that is important to the future of our planet and where we want to take the planet, or where we want to take ourselves, because we may not be a planet-based species in the next 100 years. We may be living on different planets and different places, because we would have advanced so much that we don't need to be earthbound anymore, and we can start to explore the different regions of the universe and things like that, to help again evolve the human species into what was maybe something else. But to start that process, we have to be able to problem solve, and we can't rely on processes and powers to do that, because at some point they're going to say, well, what the hell do we need humans for? You know what I mean? Cancel out, they're obsolete, So anyway, like I said, I probably went ahead of myself, but this is, again, all the process that we need to move forward. There's a lot of things going on, with law enforcement and putting ourselves in different areas, and this goes to the young African Americans and Latinos out there. Put yourselves in positions to become law enforcement. We can't complain. We can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We got to put ourselves in position, because it is off balance. The balance of power is very off, but it's only off because we need to put more energy into either policing ourselves, or we need to put more energy into joining law enforcement and becoming, so we can change it from within. Again, this is not a one-dimensional type situation, and you have to think multi-dimensionally. Bringing up the issue is important, but we need to work from all angles. We need to work with, there are, especially like with the things that are going on in the Justice Department, as far as a young man being killed by law enforcement on TV, or clear as day, and he was a law-abiding citizen, and there's no excuse. You know what I'm saying? That those type of things are going on, and the only way, again, if we're going to change things like that, is we're going to have to be involved, and we're going to have to actually become law enforcement. We're going to have to get inside the system and understand where the problem's at. Because even, I know some people who work for law enforcement in different areas, and they're fair people. You know what I'm saying? And there are some people who I've met who are not. So they're human beings like everybody else, and but they have a position of power within our civilization, and they need to use that properly and in a good way where we're not going to have these situations where we know something happened that was unfair, and that he should have been brought up on charges, period. And that's it. There's no excuse why we have an imbalanced system like that. So that has to be addressed. But again, we can't do anything from sitting on the sidelines. We can't do anything from sitting on the bleachers. You know what I mean? And we damn sure can't do anything by watching the players play. You know what I mean? We have to get involved. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way it's going to change. You know what I'm saying? There are other avenues, like there's training that a lot of law enforcement can use that civilians could offer. You know, it's not just based on there are civilian solutions to this that can help law enforcement make better officers or make better peace officers who are supposed to come in our community and not necessarily arrest people, but come in the community to help people, find resources and things like that. So there's so many different angles we could, attack this problem and make it right, but we all have to be working on other angles, and we can't be stepping on each other's toes. And, it's good to voice your opinion, but nobody cares whether you like somebody or not. What you going to do about it? You know what I mean? It's just like if somebody stepped up to you in the street and punched you in your face. What are you going to do about it? If you're going to sit there and scream, you might as well just shut up and don't say anything. You know what I mean? Or you're going to step up and do something. You know what I mean? Okay? And this is what I'm asking my audience to spread the word, that you have to be in the game. Okay? We have to, there is not one answer to the issues that we have. It is a multi-level, multi-dimensional type solution. And it requires various minds, various types of characters, and everybody working from all angles, from wherever they're at. So, so when people sit up here and they say, we can't fix this, what are we going to do? That's sitting on the bleachers. When you sit there and say, what can I do? What am I doing? That's why I do support my supporters. That's why when you see a book like this, these are people who support me, and I will buy their stuff. I will spend money with them. I will help them get their things out here, like Tina Brown, like Onisha Love, like with Awakened Flower, like Odette Russell and the Swan Family, or Lady Sensei. We support each other, and it doesn't take much to comment. It doesn't take much to give feedback. It doesn't take much to be involved. It's a matter of, again, where your mindset is at. And these are things that people have to start to recognize, because I don't listen to complainers. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm not one of those people. I really don't have time for it, because we've been doing that much too long with no results. And the only result I see is action and sacrifice and being uncomfortable sometimes. It's not going to always be a comfort zone for you, Can't have, they taught us, hey, have your cake and eat it too. You can have your cake, and you can eat it too. But you got to get the cake first. You got to make it. You know what I mean? And you also got to share the cake with other people, because you can't keep it to yourself. So I appreciate people like Tina Brown, like Raymond Lorenzo, and like Deborah Coffer, and because these are people, we support each other. We support each other, And that support unit, although I'd like it to be bigger, and we can do bigger, and we will do bigger, it's enough that we've gotten to this point. It's enough that I've gotten to this point, and that we all have an opportunity to lay down an idea that may galvanize people and materialize the things that we're talking about. Just like Martin Perdomo says, he has, magically, you want to, he has some very good information that you may want to look at and talk about and discuss, because he's having an event, a seminar, which I'm going to have also posted up. Another conscious thinker that has a lot to say in the world, and we need to support those things too, because these are the people and things that are going to help us coalesce to form a greater structure of success within our communities and within ourselves. So, all the information I just said, I will have it. I'll be posting it. So stay tuned. I do have a group which I post a lot of informative stuff, or people who support, or we have a support network. It's called, OGA Resource and Information and Resource. So we could go there if you have anything you want to post. Excuse me, y'all. This is horrible. I need some water. Hold on. Anyway. Oh my God. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. So those are the things. Those are the building blocks in our community. These are the type of things we want to do, is uplift people, give them the right information. I'll be working with Youth Infusion too, which is a youth group that's been around for, I think, since 2004. I'm going to also be posting them because I'm going to be working closely with them. Youth Voice Collective and Youth Infusion are going to be working closely together. And we're going to be working with young people. Again, our biggest investment is our young people. You're not investing into that, you might as well stop breathing. My favorite term to use, because to me that means you're wasting oxygen. So, invest into the young people, and then everything else will be, then we'll know where our direction is and what type of things to invest into in the stock market, because, everything's important. All investments are important. We have Randy Hollingsworth out in Long Island, who's an empire builder. Again, he owns laundromats, vending machines. That's another way you can build empires, things of that nature. You could also, like I said, put yourselves in positions of power within the government agencies that we have out here, and work from within to help yourself and make the world a better place. Again, we couldn't do things from the sidelines, but we can do things from putting ourselves and being able to sign a bill in or vote against a bill that may harm people. So we need people on every level. So when people I know, because I've connected with so many people in my life, and I've been on so many different levels and so many different fronts, some people might be one-dimensional on this and think, we could just hoop and holler about it and maybe that'll change something. I'm not one of those, so I move on to say, become a strategic thinker on how you want your life to be. And sometimes it does take sacrifice, and it takes us to look a little deeper, and it takes us to find out that there are all kind of places we could be in to move the mechanisms and the gears. So I do want young people to look into those different things, like the Department of Defense. We want people in there. We want people in the NSA and the Justice Department. We want our young people to start going in those areas to become leaders in those areas and change some of the policies if they can, But the whole point is you got to do something. You got to try, to do it. I don't necessarily condone all military action, but I do want some young people to get some military experience. How you doing? That's the man, TP Square, right there. So, we do have young people who go into the military and come out honorable with integrity, and some come out and don't do nothing with their lives. So I don't like to put that badge of honor on everybody, because not everybody's serving for honor, but I know a majority of us are. I know the majority of people out there are serving for honor, and they come out and they use the skills that they've learned to better themselves and their family. And so that's another way, we could change the dynamics of the world. We need more young people in the Pentagon. We need more young people in different areas to be in these strategic powers of position to change their future. Because right now we have some old people in there who have an old way of thinking, and they're not gonna advance our planet. I don't think they even know how to change it. So we need these fresh young geniuses to be in those positions and use their character and their abilities to make this world a better place, rather than talk about it. They be about it. They walk the walk. And that's what's important, because we had a lot of people who have brought us this far, who have died for us to come this far in different ways, for us to put it down now. We can't lay it down now. So, at least I'm not laying down. So, I'm going to, all of these things are important for young people to get involved with. If there are community organizations, get in touch with me. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the air for 5 months, 6 months now, and there's no excuse. I'm reaching out to everybody, and if you're out there, like I said, I do have to find a different approach if it ain't working, but I'm out here, and I'm doing it, I'm putting in the work, no matter where I'm at, not only just talking on the radio and just giving you lip service. I put in the work, and of course, sometimes you got to put it in by yourself. You're not going to get no reward. You're not going to get no fame. You're not going to even be seen sometimes. And I'm not interested in gaining any kind of fame or anything or highlighting who I am, because that's not important. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm doing, and the deeds that I am doing is more important than anything. What am I doing? How am I contributing back to the community? How am I contributing to the welfare of our future generations? And how am I contributing to the immediate being a family? Just like I said, I have a son who lives down in Florida, who, when he grew up, he had a man around him who helped him become a man, along with his mother, when I wasn't in his life. And these are important things, is that all these men out here, we may not be in a position, sometimes we may not be around our own kids. Our own kids may be states away, or we may not be in a position to help them from far away or whatever. But what we want to do is help be fathers and mothers to these kids that are present here within our reach. And in turn, maybe that will help people in other places that they can't necessarily help. So we all have to just do our part. And I think that's a great thing, to just do our parts and realize that we're not going to go anywhere without all of us getting there. Okay? So we do need each other. And again, I'm always here to give you some of these building blocks in which I've acquired in my life's walk, in my life journey. And I've been around, you know what I'm saying? And all those that know me know I've been around. I've been around, like, I can't even count the number of places I've lived or have been. But I've been around enough to meet some great people from all walks of life, from all ethnicities, from all cultures. I've met some great people who have helped me along the way. And all I'm doing is continuing passing the torch, passing the buck, paying it forward. And that's what I do, And I know a lot of the work I've done is unseen, because it's not about me. It's about, was I effective in what I did? So when I see that kid 10 years later that I might have worked with, and I see that he's on the right track, or he or she is on the right track, then I know I've done something. I know I've added something to them to help them get where they have. And because it's happened for me. So I want to thank the people who have helped me in my life get forward, and hopefully I'm being a good representative. And I want to be held accountable if I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I want to be held accountable if I'm not, because sometimes we don't always know the right way. But if I know the right way, because you're saying, look, you could help in this way, then I'll do it, So we just have to be support structures for each other, and realize that, we could all be parents, or not parents, but we could all be mentors in our communities and wherever we go. Because the way you hold yourself, the things you talk about, the things that you resonate are going to be the things that people remember you by. Those are going to be the things that's going to help people or not, So hold yourself with integrity, have some dignity in yourself, be a game changer. As Mike Jones says from the DLT Ranch, be a game changer, okay? Change the game. Don't just play it. And again, don't be a spectator. You know what I mean? You cannot sit on the sidelines and the bleachers and expect anything to get done. Get off the damn bleachers. Get in the field. So what? You don't got no equipment and it's rough and you're going to get broken up. So what? You know what I'm saying? This is what it takes if you want to win. And this is what it takes if you want to continue the legacy in which you want to leave. And if you're uninterested in leaving a legacy, you're probably not going to be known anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? So, we have a little bit time left here, but I just want to, hopefully my words today were a little bit more inspiring. Hopefully next week I'll have couple more viewers, and we could chop it up with each other. And again, I don't mind. I could take feedback. I could give it, and I could take it. You know, so I don't mind. I'm a sponge too. I'm ready to learn. I'm not set in my ways. I'm constantly changing being all the time. You know, whether I'm working out, whether I'm doing more, self-defense training, whatever. I'm constantly evolving my technique and my craft. There is no set bar, because if you set a bar, again, you are not planning on winning the game. You know what I mean? You got to constantly change to the conditions, the conditions, the terrain, the challenges that come in your way. These are the things that you have to be able to evolve and adapt to, as they come. So you got to be able to do it. You got to be able to plan and think on the go. You know what I'm saying? And change direction. And that's how most of my trainings are, whether my drills, whether my self-defense drills, whether it's my firearms instructing drills, or whether it's my thoughts, situational awareness. It's always being able to change on the dime, you know what I mean? And being able to take advantage of, for instance, I tell people always, that in self-defense, a lot of people get it confused with martial arts and boxing and all this. And that's it. I give praise and honor to all of those people, us and humble bows. But again, I like to distinctly say that I'm a self-defense instructor. I'm not a martial arts instructor. But I do know martial arts, but I am not training or teaching martial arts, nor am I a professional martial artist. But what I'm a professional at is shutting things down, if they are getting in the way. And I'm not interested, in self-defense. I'm not interested whether you know how to fight, whether you have a gun, whether you have all that stuff means nothing when it comes down to when you're in it. You know what I mean? You have to have the capabilities to shut down your opponent in 2 or 3 moves. And that's it. That's all you have. Because if somebody's attacking you, somebody trying to get to your family, you don't have time to jump around like a boxer, or you don't have to worry about stamina, endurance, and all that. You got to worry about 1 or 2 things. This right here, you shut down these 2 things, they can't grab nothing, they can't make a fist, and they can't do nothing. So always take care of these 2 fingers, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother note. You'll see those in self-defense classes or the self-defense workshops that I'm doing with Holly Kearns coming up in the next couple of weeks and months. I'll be doing workshops with her just to inform people, give people a better idea of what self-defense is, do drills, role play, things like that kind of get you to understand the concept. Because me putting some pepper spray in your hand, or a stun gun, or a baton, or any kind of instrument is useless if you don't drill with it. Drilling is necessary, going through drills, training yourself to become reactive, responsive in a very accurate way. You know what I'm saying? One guy asked me in a gym the other day, he saw me hitting it back, he said, "Oh, well, you a boxer, a martial artist, or whatever?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "What do you train?" And I said, "I train to break things," you know what I mean? Because I'm not interested in punching you to give you a black eye. If I strike you, I'm striking you, and I'm going to break something because I'm trying to shut you down from hurting me or hurting somebody, or me saving somebody else's life, So I'm not interested in a fight. I'm interested in everything I touch, everything I strike will break or subdue you so that you can stop the attack process. And I'd love to share some of that with other people in the circle, with law enforcement, with friends and family, with CEOs. I know there's some CEOs out there I work with. Hey, you know who I'm talking about. Just so you can learn these techniques. And, again, I'm constantly evolving and training, so it's never going to be one way. So anyway, enough of that. Thanks, Jermaine Carson, Deborah Coffer, Tiffany Coffer, Raymond, everybody who tuned in today. I want to thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all David Williams. There's just so many people. Daryl Samuels, Lawrence Fauntleroy, Tina Brown, Miss Smith, Sarah. Wow, we got a lot of people tuned in. Odette, hey, how you doing, sister? I hope you saw this. This is, wait, where did that? Okay, if you're watching, oh no, that's not yours. If you're watching, so that's yours. Your name is in it. There you go, from Tina Brown. Okay, check it out. All right, that's coming to you. I gotta send it out, and I know I've been slow, but I'm working on it. Okay, Solomon, Dinkins, Force Dinkins, I don't know how to pronounce it, brother, but thank you for tuning in. David Williams, Delmonte Spence, old friends. We go back like almost at least close to 40 years. But Delmonte Spence, you know, I always remember everything about you because you a stand-up man, and I know you still are. Last time I seen you were like 12, but I know based upon your parents, based upon who you were, you're still a stand-up man, Delmonte. Arnold Blackman, Christopher Gibson. Thank you for everybody tuning in. I really appreciate this. It's very inspiring to know. Again, I will be back next week. Hope everybody tunes in. And, you know, we have a lot of work to do, and I hope everybody's ready to get their hands dirty. You know, and we're going to hit the ground running. We got a lot of work to do, so let's do it. I'm here when you need me. You can never say, none of y'all can never say, I know I've been everywhere. So you know, that's why OG Everywhere is my Instagram name. What's up, Corey? It's because I've been everywhere, and I will do anything, you know. You know, no fear here. I'll go anywhere, do anything. Any challenge you put before me, more than likely I'm going to get through it because I've been through a lot. And along with people helping me, and that's what I'm giving back. So thank you, Cornelia Wright, Eric Beckles, all my California side, my West Coast team and family, love y'all. My New York, Brooklyn family, love you. My Long Island, Strong Island family, G Strong, I love y'all. Louis Munzo, everybody, Lisa Tillman, Edmund Dorso, everybody. Stay strong. OG signing out. See you next week. Building greatness. Get ready for the grind with Cal coming on. He's about to heat it up in here. Dutchy Bang, take me out of here.